Hey, it's Noble Gang. Shout out to the gang, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on the videos. We got this unboxing video for the Capital One Quicksilver Card. You know what it is. I told you guys the story of how I got the card. Let me do this unboxing video while I explain why I didn't even apply for the Capital One Quicksilver Card. Alright, so we got this unboxing. Let's bring this out. Bring him out. Bring him out. Alright. Bam. Capital One Quicksilver Card. Holla at your boy. It's Noble Gang. Hey, why is this one of the sexiest cards I've ever seen? This Visa signature cards, these are two of the sexiest cards I've ever seen. But they're not metal though. They look hella metal. They kind of look like the Hyatt card, which I don't have. I have the IHG, but it is what it is. Let me peel that off a little bit. That's how it feels up close. Yeah, it's just a normal credit card. See the bend with it. It's pretty bendy. It's not metal at all. But the reason why I got the Capital One Quicksilver card, if you've been following my channel, I tend to err on the side of getting more high-end cards, and I stay on the American Express, Chase, CITI side. But I applied for the Capital One Venture card back in November. I was under the impression, based on evidence, that Capital One waived the annual fee for military service members, even though I did see, countless pieces of evidence that said the contrary, that they don't waive the annual fee for service members who apply for accounts after they join. They only do it for people who have accounts prior to joining. But anyways, got some evidence that they were waiving the fees, and someone on Pearl Harbor sent me a screenshot of their annual fee being waived, and they weren't a prior customer of Capital One before their active duty service date. So I went for it, got the sign-up bonus for the Capital One Venture card, but I applied for the SCRA benefit with Capital One, and they denied my SCRA benefit because of my active duty service date. So what do? Do I just sit here and wait for November to come around and pay the annual fee again? Nah, bruh. We're not about that on this channel. I'm not about paying annual fees for nothing. You dig? So what did I do? I called up Capital One. I was like, hey, let me product change this venture card. Where my venture card at? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Here we go. So you guys don't think I'm out here capping, like I don't have the venture card. Okay. So I called up. Capital One was like, hey, can I product change this venture card to the Capital One Quicksilver card? They were like, yeah. I was like, gang. They were like, gang. I was like, gang. And then they said, okay. So they read me off this little speech. I was like, hey, hang on a second, lady. Am I going to be charged a hard pull for this product change? She was like, nah. I was like, gang. She was like, gang. I was like, gang. And then, I got the Quicksilver card. They canceled the venture card. And then I had to ask, I had to ask this. Hey, lady, do I keep my 60,000 points that I have on my venture card, my 60,000 miles? She was like, yes, you get to keep those points, but since they were miles on the venture card, they are now cash back on the Capital One Quicksilver card. I was like, word? I was like, gang. She was like, gang. I was like, gang. She was like, gang. I said, gang. And then, Noble Gang here. I got the Quicksilver card. They sent it in the mail this week. Pretty quickly, actually. And then the other cards, the authorized user card. Cool. Let's get into some of the benefits and features of the Capital One Quicksilver card. First benefit, no annual fee. Of course, we're not about that on this channel. Unlimited 1.5% cash back on this card, which is pretty good. It's a 1.5% cash back card. Great. Will I use this card for its 1.5% cash back? No. I have the American Express Blue Business Plus, which gives me 2% cash back on everything. Easy day. Easy gang. Shout out to Noble Gang. Anyways, $150 cash bonus when you spend $500 within the first 3 months of getting this card, applying for it. I don't get this bonus because I didn't apply for it. I product changed to it, which didn't cost me a hard pull, and it still keeps the credit limit that was on my venture card, which was $15,000, it still keeps that and puts it on the Quicksilver card. So nothing changed about my Capital One account except for I don't have the Venture card. I just have the Quicksilver card. That's nice and sexy too. Look at that card. 0% APR for the first 15 months of having this card, and your rewards don't expire with this card, much like a lot of cards. Any card that your rewards expire within a few years, it's kind of bogus to me. Don't do that. Don't let my points expire, bruh. Don't do that. There was one more thing I wanted to say about the Quicksilver card, and you might be thinking, well, Noble, you have a lot of high-end cards. What are you doing with the Capital One Quicksilver card? Why product change this? First of all, I got to keep my credit alive with Capital One. One of my goals with this hobby and having all these cards is I want a relationship with all the banks. Okay? So you never know what could happen in the future. So I want to have my credit spread out amongst Chase, Amex, CITI, Capital One, U.S. Bank. Who else? I have cards with other people. Why am I forgetting? Barclays. I have the Barclay Uber card. Oh, that's one of the cards. I'll do a video later about the cards that I have that I wish I didn't. And my Uber card probably is going to be one of those. At least for right now, because it's fine. I'll do a video later. But anyways, last but not least, Noble Gang here. Capital One Quicksilver card. Got the card because I had the product change my Venture card to the Quicksilver. And you know what it is. So subscribe, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And then subscribe again. And then hit the bell icon. And then subscribe. And tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your man to subscribe. Tell your daughter. Tell your sister. You know, it's Noble Gang. We out here. Boy. Gang. We out.